Greetings, YouTube. There's been a lot of buzz lately about the fact that the extended $300 that has been going to people on unemployment is the reason that they're not going back to work. So if somebody's making 1,200 bucks a month, that works out to about $7.50 an hour. Minimum wage in America is $7.25. So if a business cannot retain or gain employees because they're offering $7.50 an hour, I have a solution. It's actually very easy to get employees to come work for you. You have to pay them a living wage. And the living wage, in my opinion, should start at $15 an hour. In fact, I believe it should be legally required to be $15 an hour. And that every year following its being signed into law, it would go up $2 an hour until it got to $23 an hour, when it would then be pinned to inflation, which would then be raised annually every January 1st for forever. If you did that, you'd be able to retain employees at any job without difficulty. Of course, the people who have more skill and more seniority would be wanting more money than that, which they deserve. I make considerably more than minimum wage, rightfully so. I've got 37 years of experience in manufacturing. I deserve more than minimum wage. And that same gap between minimum wage and what I make now should be the same gap between whatever the minimum wage in the future is and what the wage for an experienced employee should make. I'm not demeaning those that start at minimum wage. Every job is a skill. It requires effort, it requires attention, and you have to know what you're doing. You can take your average CEO and put him on a fry line at McDonald's. Yeah, see how well that works. But also, you need to do things like respect your employees and understand that they are human beings and they need to be treated with dignity. Make sure they have things like a benefits package, which paid holidays and paid maternity leave and vacation time, and a stable schedule that will not be changed without their notification. No shady putting your name up on the board and then moving it around when they're not there, or keeping them in limbo, not knowing if they're going to have a shift until they get called at the last minute. I don't know. A schedule posted a week ahead of time so people can actually organize their lives. We could also, for example, put universal health care into the system, so we'd be separating that from employment, and that would be one more thing that the companies could not hold against and hold over their employees. We should also put childcare into infrastructure. I'm a firm believer that childcare should never cost more than $10 an hour at the point of delivery, $10 a day at the point of delivery. So you want to have your kid watched for 5 days a week, it should cost you 50 bucks. And the rest of that money should come out of our tax base, our money collectively. I don't have kids. I've never had kids. I'm never going to have kids. And I have absolutely no problem making sure that other people have subsidized childcare. I've never had to use any kind of food benefit, ever. I may in the future. I have it now. And I do not regret for a heartbeat the money that my taxes have gone to help feed people. Not at all. In fact, your average person, if they're making around $40 to $50,000 a year, are paying about 36 bucks a year to help subsidize eating for other people. Whereas I'm also at the same time subsidizing $4,000 a year to corporations. I'm a lot more worried about that second one than that first. So if you want to retain and gain employees, treat them like human beings with dignity and respect, with solid pay, with benefits, and you can retain them and you will gain them. And you will have people who are happy to work for you. Don't just give them advice about, how to get life-work balance. No. Life-work balance is bullshit. You need to make sure that everything you are doing as a business owner is going to make sure your employees are happy and healthy. Don't just give advice. Give them money. Give them benefits. Give them stability. Give them structure. That's what you can do. It's not complex. It's not difficult. You just don't want to do it. And if you're going to tell me that you can't run your business if you do those things, then you're admitting that you can only stay in business by exploiting other human beings, paying them starvation wages, and giving them no benefits, and expecting them to be grateful for it. That makes you an asshole. You're cosplaying as a business owner. You're not a real business owner. A real business owner understands that good, well-paid employees are a benefit to the company. Look at Costco. They understand that. All right? It can happen. It can work. And you can do it, business owners of the world. You can. You just don't want to. You want to steal from your employees. You want to nickel and dime them to death because all you care about is how much money you can make off their back. And that's exploitation. And we need to get rid of that. And if the government is going to help, maybe the workers should all join together, walk off their jobs, say, hey, boss, fuck you, pay me.